What's up, people? To all my 4 viewers in chat, welcome to a early VCU LCS. For some reason, this graphic is wrong. Let me fix that really quickly. Okay, there we go. Now it's right. We've got MonkaOmegaPepegaPoggers versus Washington LeagueBall team. This is a hype one indeed. Uh, both teams looking like the best team, one of the best teams in the league, sitting up at the top alongside Rams of Love, 2D Sim Squad. Rams of Love and 2D Sim Squad. Currently, MonkaOmegaPepegaPoggers is the only team that is undefeated. And Washington League Ball team will look to see if they will give them their first loss, or will Monka continue to win? I'm joined here by second best ADC VCU on the top 3 Wooloo Gang team, Mr. Cherish, Kyle Fernandez. Say hi to the stream.
All right, yeah. I was waiting to figure out what name you were gonna end up going for because I've been called like 6 different things in the past like month of playing alone. So that's just what happens when like halfway through being here, I name changed from what I was to being cherished. So I guess that's what I have to deal with now.
Gotcha. Well, you know, it's Kyle, Cherish, Simp for Sanch, top 2 ADC, bottom 3 ADC, top 3 Wooloo Gang, Fernandez. So they're all your names in that
Very,
order.
very akin to the Brander Wisher or Brandon Wandon Wisher Washington debacle that whatever it is now.
Yes, sir. Brandon, Wandon, Willis, Wisher, Wellington, Wally, Winston, Wade, Wyatt,
Oh my god,
Washington the second.
that is a name. I mean, but you were saying though, it is his team against the. I'm not even gonna say their name. It's so long for no
Monka
reason.
Omega Pepega Poggers.
Yeah. So this game, straight up, from what I'm seeing, it becomes can Wisher get out of lane even, versus, and then it's top side jungle versus bot side. Like, Washington League Ball team has a far superior bot lane, I think, and the top jungle of MonkaOmegaPepegaPoggers is equally ahead of the top jungle, if actually I think even more so. So it'll be quite the showing, I think.
I
This is
think
definitely a good game to watch.
I think in terms of like the matchups in general, Washington, just like looking at like ranks, uh, uh, just the ranks in general, I think we should see like an advantage in the top lane, a pretty big advantage in the jungle. There should be a pretty sizable advantage in the mid lane, and then I'd say it's about even in the bot lane. Bayoraga Blue Ches have been performing really well, and so have Top Dog 930 and Orion. I actually think Orion might be the unsung hero of MonkaOmegaPepegaPoggers. A lot of people like put their eyes on like Regidice. Oh my god, look at his play.
Mhm.
He's goddamn like Diamond 2, Diamond 1. Like he's playing really well. And then Equivalent, oh my god, he's been popping off every single game. But like I feel like a lot of the things that they're able to do are off the back of the how well Orion's able to play enchanters in the bot lane. So I think we should keep our eyes on her this game, and I think she's actually one of the strongest points of this Monka team.
Hmm.
Got DuPont 214 in the chat saying, "I love your voice." Who's
I don't
that
know.
directed to?
Probably yours because you went on that like 2 minute monologue
I
at the
went on the two.
beginning
I went on the 2 minute
to
monologue at the
explain
beginning.
everything. So, um, yeah, I do agree. This season, for whatever reason, we've seen a significant lack of what are they? Enchanter players. It's been a very solid amount of tank players, and you're right. Orion is one of the few enchanters supports that we've been seeing, and I like to think that Enchanter supports are extremely strong. We've seen a lot of just off the top of my head at Worlds, we've seen a lot of Bard Rakan being picked, and sometimes, occasionally, well, like very rarely banned. But they've been seeing a lot of play, and they're definitely pretty strong. But I know a lot of players really like their Nautilus and their Braum and all that stuff. So
Yeah, I
we'll
think.
have to see.
Oh, go on, go on.
I know Blue Ches plays a lot of what is the character? Thresh.
Thresh,
Blue,
right, right,
Blue
right.
Ches is a great Thresh. He's. I know it's not talking a ton to say he got me baited out, but like, um, he did very well to fake out and read dodges in lane. So
Yeah, he's extremely skilled. He has
yeah,
played on competitive teams in the past as support. He really doesn't play rank that much, but all I can say is this man wins Clash every single time he plays Clash. So he is definitely, and he is currently one of the coaches on VCU Gold, and he's been doing a great job on it. But we have jumped into picks and bans, so let's get started on that as soon as possible. I sent you the draft link, right?
yeah.
Okay, okay,
I'm
sick.
watching. I'm watching the. This is a weird one. Why do you first pick Rek'Sai? Like, what is in your mind that you're like, I have to prioritize this jungler right now?
I think Rek'Sai is actually really strong in terms of like early game pressure. I feel like it's one of the few junglers right now for some reason that can match Olaf, but for some reason they send 3 bans towards Brandon Wanden in the mid lane. Castagnon and Akali taken off the table, but that leaves up Olaf and Vladimir immediately. This is the same comp that they actually ran against Wulugang, a strong early game
Mm.
jungler with a lot of early dueling potential, extremely fast clear, and a scaling mid laner that Brandon's known to never lose with. Meanwhile, the bot lane automatically goes for the Xayah Lulu. Xayah is something that Top Dog 930 loves playing. Lulu's something that Orion plays pretty much all the time. And in
Think
another,
that?
like
Do you think that
another
Lulu's going mid?
no, that Lulu's not going mid. Don't
Yeah,
remind me.
yeah.
I'm already triggered, man. Like, do not remind me of your guys' goddamn Lulu Hecarim comp in the mid
No.
lane. That was so bad.
Yeah.
What Yasuo? What?
Okay.
Okay, Ornn banned out. All right, all right. I feel like with the Malphite locked in for Mr. Joko Lyoko in the top lane, I could see like something like a Maokai coming in for Damage Prodigy. That is a good pick into Malphite. There really isn't much Malphite can do in the lane. I just had Chipotle. The burps are coming, man. But yeah, it is like really good into the Malphite. Ability power, damage, a lot of healing, the invulnerability, a lot of disruption, a lot of peel. I
Mhm.
like the Maokai pick. I think Maokai should be the go-to champion for Monka if they're going by the tanks.
Mm.
However, if they're willing to play something like Mordekaiser, I could see that happening too. What are your thoughts?
So I think the Ornn ban is good. Um, just because Ornn is Ornn and Shen, the two bans, are the only tanks early on that would have any amount of kill pressure on the Malphite, for what little it's worth. Um, but especially with the way it's interesting. Outside of that, though, how or that the Ornn ban comes in. This is weird.
I
Caitlyn Ash are both up, and
think,
the AD
yeah.
carries in game are Zaya Ezreal. That's just got to be comfort, right?
I
Like,
I don't. I think Ezreal is a comfort pick for Bayoraga, but I'm really confused because Caitlyn is also a
why
comfort pick
not
for
pick?
Bayoraga.
Why not pick literally the two strongest AD carries in
Oh, that's
like
Silas for Damage Prodigy, or is that for
that's
equivalent?
gotta go top. You would think it goes top because it gives Silas a free lane to farm in. I would
Is that
think you send it top
is
and
that?
then you pick something else similar to the Silas into Ornn. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So the Silas
Silas
is going
Silas would go
top
top.
for Damage Prodigy. Meanwhile, we do see the Victor coming in mid for equivalent. Um, I'm not a big fan of the Vladimir versus Victor matchup. I mean, with considering how weak Victor is in the early game, and Vladimir, like he kind of wants to poke people out, and Vladimir does really well in the poke matchups because he can just kind of heal it all back up. There isn't like any immediate CC for Vladimir. He can easily like pull out of Victor the gravity field. Blitzcrank is locked in for Blue Chess,
I
however. That's an
oh,
interesting pick.
this is yeah. I want to know what the affinity with Victor is this season because everyone has loved picking Victor
Everyone and their mom.
into these. Yes, they love picking them into, especially the comps you don't really want to pick Victor into. The immobile mage into a comp that wants to run at your face. Why not pick Oriana or another control, zone focused mage? Instead, you pick like one of the lowest range mages. Like it just feels weird to me
I feel like
that you
regardless, like a control mage wouldn't have been doing well in this case anyways. I really would have liked
yeah.
to see an assassin pick come out of equivalent in this case. Maybe like an AP assassin. Um but like I feel like picking Victor into like Olaf, Vladimir, Malphite isn't really the move when they can just kind of run you down immediately.
I feel
But
like you don't even any of them. Like Olaf, you hate as Victor because it just forces you to burn your flash as soon as you get hit by one Q. Like Malphite hits you with a Q or your ult, and you're kind of just doomed. Like
yeah,
I,
definitely.
it just, it feels weird.
I do want to say though the overall team composition on Monka is more well-rounded than the Washington LeagueBall team's comp. Xayah Lulu is a little weak in the early game, but the fact that they picked Ezreal Blitzcrank into it shouldn't really matter too much. Since Ezreal is also fairly weak in the early game, and I think Xayah Lulu scales way harder than Ezreal Blitzcrank as a duo. Individually, I think Ezreal beats out Xayah on the scaling 100%, but as a duo, I think the Xayah Lulu 100% outscales Ezreal Blitzcrank. Rek'Sai does have a lot of early game gank threat, especially when you have champions like Silas that can set up ganks really well. Ezreal Blitzcrank, that's a very volatile lane. Any Blitzcrank lane's a volatile lane, so bot lane could be easy ganks coming through once we hit like the level 4 to level 6 for Rek'Sai. And then in the mid lane, it's kind of going to be a farm fest. I feel like that's the one lane that Rek'Sai will want to avoid. But in the side of Washington LeagueBall team, pretty much any lane is gankable after level 6 for this Olaf, right? But he can go towards this Ezreal Blitzcrank lane pretty early on, and I think that's kind of what he wants to do: play towards the bot side of Bayoraga and Blue Ches and win through bot lane.
But again, like if it just feels so weird. If your main goal is to play through that winning bot lane to have, Malphite kind of be non-interactive top and Vladimir be non-interactive mid just waiting to scale. I like the Blitzcrank pick to be proactive, but the Ezreal doesn't really do a lot for that. You don't get a lot of lane control or lane dominance with Ezreal because he also wants to scale. This feels just very weird to pick the Ezreal here.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the Caitlyn, definitely.
Caitlyn,
I think Caitlyn
I
would have been
if
extremely strong.
if Bayaraga could play it,
He can.
Kalista would be an interesting pick, I think. Just any hard early on, like just pressure would be very nice.
In normal situations, I wouldn't really like the Callista pick, but I think versus a Xayah who's pretty damn weak in the early game, I think Callista would be fine. Um, we'll have to see what they opt for in this case. Are we in spectator delay or are we not? I'm like super confused right now. Okay, now we're in
I
spectator delay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
still on the pick ban, so I don't know.
Okay. Now we're on spectator delay. All right. Well, we got 3 minutes.
This is always the fun part.
Yeah, this is the fun part. 3 minutes of awkward talking while we wait
I
for
just
the goddamn spectator delay to go through.
I can't see unless. So the thing is, Silas Rek'Sai into Malphite after Malphite's first back. As long as he doesn't die before his first back, there's like no hope of killing the Malphite. Like if he just goes Catalyst first, there's no hope that Silas Rek'Sai can ever win that gank.
Yeah,
I
but one
think.
thing I think we need to take
It's just
into account is with the Malphite locked in, Silas pretty much becomes a better version of Malphite
that
because
is
his
true.
R does scale off of the AP ratios that Malphite has. So he will be looking to pop people in these fights with the engages, but it's also really scary because Silas has a lot of kill threat on Malphite early on in the lane if played properly. And when Silas gets rolling, we all know how hard he snowballs and can just like take over games just 1v9.
Yeah, I
Like,
just your focus has to be Silas if you're the Rek'Sai here, because there's no world where you ever successfully get a gank on the Ezreal. Maybe you kill the Blitzcrank.
yeah,
Uh
maybe you kill Blitz. He is fairly
the
immobile.
way like with the way Victor and Vlad interact, there's really no world you get a successful gank off on the Vlad. I think it just I mean purely from a draft perspective, at every stage of the game it just seems like red side is easier to make work, easier to execute and more likely to win.
Yeah, Red Side is way easier to execute in comparison to the comp from Monka, but like I feel like if executed to the highest level possible, I feel like Monka's comp significantly outdoes the League Ballers. Um, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, this is VCU LCS. Anything goes. We have had bloodbaths. We've had 19, 20-minute victories, and we've had LCK level games where there are literally less than 20 kills by the end of it. Bambi's Baskets versus 2D Sim Squad yesterday.
Mm. That was I mean, at the end of the day though, that game was just 2D Sim Squad playing to their comp.
Yeah, definitely.
As much as they wanted to lose that one, it seemed like in the mid game, that was just
Hey,
them
we didn't want
playing
to
to their
lose that in the mid game. All right, you
mm,
talking, you capping, bro. You capping.
it looked like it. It looked like you really wanted to give that one away.
At some point we realized we couldn't fight them, so we just looked to farm and then get our items. So yeah, I mean we kind of entered a couple fights there. I'm not gonna deny it.
So, with that being said though, back to this one. I see no interesting rune choices. I see nothing interesting in terms of uh spells. It's just very standard everything, I think. It just we're really gonna get another like 15 minutes of no action, huh?
Maybe I don't know. Knowing league ballers, they kind of do want to fight a lot. So we could see some action, but we'll have to see. I have no clue going into this. Like, this is interesting, to say the least.
For sure. So, uh
All right.
I know Brandon loves to brag about Colma's Olaf. He said that the guy is just a maniac on the Olaf, so we'll have to see with that one.
He is a
And
maniac on Olaf. I can back him up on that statement.
well, yeah, I can too. He rolled us with Olaf. Um, we're gonna see an invade set up already by blue or red side here. And just to go further in on the non-committal status of this entire team comp, Baroga has started Cull here.
Yeah, he's really looking to scale up in the early game. I am assuming he went for cut down, Cull the combination, but there aren't really many beefy members on the side of Monka, Pepega, Omega, Pepega, Poggers, Pepega. But I guess you get some value out of cut down once the Lulu goes in on a target. Rek'Sai might be building some health. Sylas might build some health, but apart from that, I don't really see much of it happening. So they're gonna call off the invade and then go straight towards their lanes. Just try and look to scale, most likely. Both teams want to scale.
Like, even then, I don't know. It feels weird. You want to end this game before the Vlad Ezreal can get, third item.
Right, exactly.
If you're blue side. But, like, again, I just don't see any world where that happens. Like, Xayah peaks at third item as well, so you're going to be even standing there. The Rek'Sai probably peaks at
one item.
1.5.
One
like
item.
Warrior,
He gets the blue smite warrior, and then that's it. Rek'Sai's fallen off after that.
Yeah. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt if he went for the older Rek'Sai build, like the Korean one where they go edge. And you get like warrior and what is the item? Oh, Dirk. Like I was giving him benefit of the doubt that like that is his 1.5 item spike where he's just like kind of just about to fall off, because like you said, after that Rek'Sai's not doing a whole lot.
Really needs to like snowball, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like without the snowball, Rek'Sai is just kind of a sitting duck, so we'll have to see how Regidice plays it out. Looking for an early gank in the top lane. Damage Prodigy looking to get level 3 soon, and potentially look for a kill onto the Malphite up here. Should be hitting it fairly shortly.
Well,
the gank
it was
is coming through right now, actually. I'm not too sure if this will work out. A lot of damage is traded back onto the Sylas here. Could end up going down. First blood goes over to Joko Lyoko in the 1v2, but Regidice picks up the kill in exchange. I'd say that's a dub for red side.
I think it's even. Because you do get the first blood, but the Malphite did burn his flash, so I was saying that this is the lane you want to get absolutely just
hook lands on the top dog.
Possible.
Bayaraga goes in, but the Guardian and the shields from Lulu will prevent any more damage from coming forth. Go on.
Yeah, that is just the lane you wanted to get rolling. So any pressure up top is great for you. And burning that flash there from the Malphite just feels like a fair enough trade. It does really suck that Damage Prodigy, for whatever reason, was trying to just sit there and chill out with sub 100 health, but I mean,
he wasn't even level 3 before that happened. I feel like if he was level 3, that would have gone really different. I think they went forward with the gank a little too early, and you can already see the damage coming out from Malphite. Sylas is unable to trade back effectively. Not looking good. I also think it's a win for red side, not because of like the flash burn or anything, but now Malphite has a pretty significant XP advantage over Damage Prodigy.
Yeah.
So gank does fail, like half fails in the top lane. Like Kolma is coming towards the mid lane for a gank onto Victor. I think he sniffs it out, will decide not to press forward and harass Wisher under tower. Fear of getting ganked by an Olaf.
I wonder what the Malphite is maxing first, because I could genuinely see an argument in a way for maxing out your W, or at least taking a couple early points. You could also just because of like this point, like
that's a
that
lot of damage.
Slap right there, like yeah, it was half health, 4 half health, but like that smack right there that you randomly get does a lot of damage. You could just mash out your E, maxing out your E rather, just so that you can reliably, consistently get a shove out and really punish the Sylas's passive, where he just gets free attack speed on his. I think they gave him that recently. But yeah, it's I think there's an argument for maxing any of those 3 skills up top right now for the Malphite, who is just having his way with this lane, and I can't see it going any other way.
Yeah, however, the gank does come down onto Baraga. Regidice gets the knockup. Baraga is out of mana, will be forced to blow both summoner spells in order to survive. That's actually pretty huge for the side of MonkaOmegaPepegaPoggers. Could see a repeat gank coming in, but yeah, to continue talking about the Malphite spell choice, I think regardless of what happens, Silas currently does have an advantage in the lane as he can steal the Malphite ult, and I think you can see that he already has done so. Could maybe look to get an all-in shortly, or maybe a roam to another lane with the Malphite ultimate. Those ults don't last forever, though, so he's going to have to use it fairly soon. Blue Chess has come mid to make a gank happen on Equivalent. Equivalent quickly backs away, Blue Chess realizing the minion wave's too big to even bother trying to land a hook on, and retreats back towards the bot lane.
I think this Rejuve beat is going for a Tiamat for the Rek'Sai, and I think that doesn't feel bad. I think you want to really...
It's not bad at all.
I feel like your speed, your clear speed is fast as it is, or fast enough, but it really makes it feel like you're wanting to do that just to challenge and compete.
Oh, Regidice is caught out here. He's going to be forced to flash away. Dragon could go over to red side now. Pretty big mistake, actually. I think they probably sniffed him out with that ward earlier over the Dragon Pit. Let's see it happening. Joko Lyoko goes aggressive in onto Damage Prodigy. Will not actually pick up the kill. However, times the Malphite ult timing out perfectly with his own all-in. Might be silver, but he's got the brain of a challenger.
So, yeah, I don't know. There's, especially after this back eventually.
Oh, solo kill.
He really wanted that.
Oh, almost gets the kill. Onto Damage Prodigy in the top lane. This Malphite, you know, just kind of wants to go clap, clap. Rek'Sai is here for the gank, though. Damage Prodigy is literally 1 HP. Why did you go back in? That was really poorly played. However, Rek'Sai will pick up the kill. The Malphite has no armor. 300 gold goes over. We'll see with the gold that Regidice has picked up on the Rek'Sai if he can snowball this lead effectively. He didn't need to go back in there. Like, I feel like Rek'Sai would have killed him regardless. What are your thoughts? I mean, Malphite was he's got no armor.
You damaged him recently enough as a Silas off that last auto that you will get the assist. Like, you just, I don't know, you just gave him that much more of an advantage over top of you. Like, what is Lost Chapter double Amp Tome gonna do against Catalyst and a Ruby Crystal?
Hook lands on Orion. Lulu might have to be popped soon. A lot of damage goes forth. Arcane shifts away from the Xayah root. Equivalent has gone all in. Or Wisher has gone all in onto Equivalent. Holy moly. Both sums burned. None burned on the side of Equivalent. Just grasps onto his summoner spells. He's got balls of steel, man. That's all I can say. Red Lightning would have flashed there. Oh, another hook lands onto Top Dog 930. Silence goes through.
Guys on the hooks.
No kill picked up, but a lot of damage traded back. No sums burned either. Blue Chess has been really, really on point with these hooks lately.
Yep, he's very favored on his hook champions. If he plays it, considering how good he is at hook champions, I would have liked to see a Pyke. That level of aggression would have helped massively, I feel like. It does kind of get screwed over a good bit by Lulu specifically, especially post 6.
Yeah, I don't think Pyke's that good of a pick into Lulu, but I do like the Blitzcrank.
Yeah. So right now, yeah, Top lane just has run of whatever he wants. Somehow there is still a gold lead for blue side, even though CS counts are
He's
like
not
generally
really
even.
using his W properly in these trades. He's
Yeah.
going in with his W and he's like losing a lot of HP because his W is literally not healing him at all. Like I don't think Damage Prodigy has experience on Sylas just by looking at the matchup. Like a fundamental understanding on how to play the champion. Well, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, there's nothing more to say on it. So, like, you that's 100%. Like, you mentioned that the Sylas can win it this lane fairly easily enough, or at least do well enough in this lane, just as he exists.
Yeah, I mean, like, you
if
take
he plays
zero,
it right, and he's just not playing it right.
You just, like, poke with Q until level 3 and try to take as little damage as possible. Once you hit level 3, you just, like, do so much more damage to Malphite, and, like, you just auto-win the trade by holding onto your W once Malphite has used his combo, and you just heal up all the HP back. Decent amount of damage is traded back onto Wisher, gets stunned to the gravity field. Regidice has gone in aggressive onto Kolma, and the invade is successful, will pick up the kill. Meanwhile, that gank comes through into the mid lane. He will decide not to go forward onto Wisher in this case. Orion has roamed towards mid, but will get nothing out of it. Just the one kill onto Kolma's Olaf, and that will be what they take.
Man, that is item differences there. That is Kolma not going back and greeting for some camps. At the same time, I'm going to have to stop that point.
Yeah, our fight's coming through in the mid lane. Equivalent burns the flash, actually, but it doesn't matter. Point and click will go through anyways. Wisher, with the empowered Q from Vladimir, will pick up the kill on that one. Assist goes over to Blue Chess. Good roam to the mid lane. Putting this Vladimir on the board is exactly what you want. Damage Prodigy goes back onto Joko Lyoko. However, he literally does no damage, man. That's all I can say.
That was... So you don't do damage to the Malphite, but that trade was a lot better. He reaggressed and ate more of the Malphite's damage, and then W'd. Like, okay.
Okay, well, this is probably a dead Malphite right here. He does so much damage to him now. Actually using the W, Sylas. That's a lot of damage from the True Shot Barrage, but decide not to go for it. I do see the Vladimir around the corner and the Rek'Sai coming in. Pretty difficult to actually go for the dive, especially against a Lulu.
Yeah. Still
oh, hook nearly lands.
Yeah.
These hooks are like so close, man. Like,
Also, Bayraga is fairly ahead here. He's gonna be miles ahead, I think, for a while of Top Dog, as even as this lane is gonna be. Just not even like being ahead in farm. He's 10 CS ahead, but because of the extra gold, he got 450 extra gold from Cull that Top Dog is not going to have just yet, as well as generally having a cheaper build path. You're
definitely.
You're going to get Manamune, an entire like item before, or not item, an entire like Crit Cloak before the Xayah is going to get her items. So it's very
misses. Actually, he actually misses the knockup on Rek'Sai, going aggressive onto JK Loliolo. The Hextech GLP lands in this case, slows him down, picks up another kill onto the Malphite in the top lane. The Rek'Sai just kind of shreds through this Malphite like paper. He's only got the Abyssal Mask, no armor to his belt. Nothing much else could be said about it.
Saying though, like this is kind of that peak for the Rek'Sai. Oh wow, that's a hook.
Oh, the heal actually goes through, lives with 1 HP. Wow, okay. Things aren't looking too good for the League Ballers. They're going to have to basically just win off on the Vladimir scaling up really hard. However, they do end up getting the first tower in the bot lane, which will assist them quite a lot. Xayah Lulu, like I mentioned earlier on, will outscale Ezreal Blitzcrank, and Sylas does end up doing much better than Malphite later on in the game. But they are going to have to still play scared in this case. Main win conditions are definitely the side. Wisher actually goes aggressive onto Equivalent here. Will most likely pick up the kill. Ignite is going through. Chaos Storm was popped, but no damage is traded back. Sure, we'll just run away with the phase rush. It's another kill over to the Vladimir, not what you want to see.
Anytime Wisher has flash up, as well as more than like 25 Spellbinder stacks, it's just doomed. Like, you have to play behind. You just have to play like at your next minion wave coming through, because he's going to flash ult on top of you at any moment. This guy's level of aggression with Vladimir is, I feel like, unparalleled to any other Vladimir I've seen, because he just always wants to fight.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason it's banned away from Mr. Wandon quite a lot. He's very proficient on the champion. Oftentimes, Vladimir can be dubbed as the ranged cast, and just it gets to a certain point in the game, and it just becomes so unbelievably difficult to actually kill him while he just one-shots your entire team.
So, here's another thing to point out. A lot, almost entirely, of like the gold leads from blue versus red is onto the Rek'Sai, who's found out Blue
aggressive onto Blue Chess right here. The Rek'Sai ult will go through. Stopwatch is popped, but it won't matter. That's a dead Blitzcrank. Bayaraga is around the corner to assist, but I think he should probably just leave. Might die if he stays. It's kind of not what you want to see. That gives a free Rift Herald over to Regidice's Rek'Sai.
So, yeah, like I was saying though, a lot of that gold lead is on the Rek'Sai. It's not on the Xayah, who you want to be even with the Ezreal as best as she can be. It's not on the Victor, who you really wanted to save getting out of lane. It just feels very rough, because, like we keep saying, this is right now at this moment, this mid game point is Rek'Sai's peak. As long as she can stay like nuclear amounts ahead, it's her peak, and she's already starting to tail off, I guess, because it's not pure raw damage. We're probably gonna, I swear, if this becomes a cleaver from the Rek'Sai, I think I'm gonna scream.
What, the next longsword? I mean, he did end up getting an Edge of Night, which is pretty good, I think. I do like the Edge of Night purchase. Goes aggressive onto Blue Chess one more time. Luluwell is popped. Rek'Sai is extremely tanky. Blue Chess gets stunned up in this case. Xayah Feathers go through, roots multiple people in the fight. Double kill picked up for Top Dog 930, as that will become a 3-for-0 for the side of MonkaOmegaPepegaPoggers, and they decide to give the dragon over and potentially look towards the mid tower. Vladimir ult is stolen. Silas has that on the board. Wisher will most likely end up going down here. A lot of healing goes through. Phase Rush is proc. This should be a dead Vladimir soon. He's living for so long, but Lulu picks up the kill credit on that one, as it becomes a 4-for-0 in the extended fight. Rift Herald is popped in the mid lane. It was looking even for a bit, but immediately they turned on the afterburners and said, no, we're going to accelerate the pace of this game. Rek'Sai going aggressive on the Bayaraga one more time, and leaps in, picks up the kill as knocks up Blue Chess, continues onwards for the fight. Regidice is in the middle of 3 people. Damage Prodigy ease in to assist his jungler. Continues to chase onto Malphite. He's going to slowly go down here. This should be a dead Mountain. Can we see a game ending really shortly, actually?
Nah. This is... Wow. That just blew open.
It took them 1 minute. It was even in gold, pretty much even in towers, almost even in kills, and all of a sudden, one mistake from Washington LeagueBall team invading the jungle of MonkaOmegaPepegaPoggers when Rek'Sai is this strong in the mid game, cost them their mid inhibitor tower and their middle inhibitor.
So, here is I think there is still a shining point for Washington LeagueBall team, and it's that inhibitor was killed. That's going to get a mid lane that shoves all the way back into Washington LeagueBall team. And if you look at the side waves, they're both in their favor. So you can really sag back and let this mid come in, keep the Vladimir or the Ezreal farming up as much as possible, and just let the other one kind of chill in one of these side waves and do his thing. Like, I don't understand why
Witches
they
is going
feel
to
the
get
need
caught
to
out
be.
here, actually. He's going to go down immediately. The Blitzcrank just dies. Don't want to be face checking. That should be the Baron over to the side of MonkaOmegaPepegaPoggers. You were mentioning the supers coming in, but with the Baron going over to the side of Mop, I don't think that really should matter anymore.
Yeah. I think with those as fast and as early as that Baron went away, yeah, there's
He
no hope.
goes in on the Bayoraga. The ult comes through. He doesn't have E to save himself.
God.
Regidice pretty much gets the one shot. This Rek'Sai is insanely strong. And we mentioned earlier, if Rek'Sai doesn't accelerate the pace of the game, he's going to fall off of a cliff. Looks like that's exactly what he's going for here, doing an amazing job with all the early kills that he picked up. Baron over to the side of MonkaOmegaPepegaPoggers, pushing out multiple towers, or just 2 top lane towers, I guess. Looking to pressure this inhib right here. Grouping together in a 5-man death ball. Malphite ult gets stolen by the Sylas. Just going to take the inhib tower and back off. Maybe look to reset and head towards the bot lane. Dragon is up in 1 minute and 40 seconds.
I think it very much yeah, it's looking grim.
It's looking grim. It's looking grim.
I don't okay. Whatever, Silas, it's fine. We don't need to talk about it. He's going Morello. And I guess it's fine, but like, you're in such a point where you can be spending that on something else, like Leandries, or like maybe just straight up a Rabadon's, just to accelerate your gold lead as much as possible. You don't have that much gold income on the Sylas. You're at 117 CS. It just feels like a stunted purchase in a way. And I get the Vladimir is a bit scary, but you have a Zaya. And like I guess your Victor also went Morello. Like, you don't need 3 sets of anti-heal, 2 of which have like massive AoE abilities that will hit the Vlad. Like,
yeah, I think it's a bit redundant getting the Oblivion Orb. One thing that he can do is chill on the Oblivion Orb and then get a Leandries, but I can't talk anymore. There's a fight going on, going aggressive on to Coleman 25 here. Will Rek'Sai ult in to finish him off? Absolutely not. They're just going to force him to back off of the bot tower. Joko Lyoko, you are not in a good position right now, my friend. You are going to get run down and just absolutely demolished here. Malphite ult is already burned, so he can't do anything to escape. Top Dog 930 picking up the kill on that one. This is just great team coordination, teamwork, macro, micro. Everything is just on point for MonkaOmegaPepegaPoggers.
Called them Mop earlier, and I think I'm just going to call them that. Yeah, it just feels at this point, like in this game at least, Mop is just like miles ahead in terms of everything. Like, the macro just feels a lot better. The coordination between these 5 feels so much better than the side of Washington. And I get that can be off the back of a couple snowball fights, in the sense that particularly that extended, I think it was like 5 minutes ago, that extended fight where they cracked the inhibitor. That really set this game apart, and that botched fight really just snowballed this game out of control, truly. Currently, Brandon has gone for his Rabadon second. He's gone for the, I believe the player is like Epic 500. I think that's the new build that everyone's going now. He's an EU West like Grandmaster Vlad player, and this is just the build he goes. He really likes to go Spellbinder straight into Death Cap with no CDR, and it feels very weird compared to the old Vladimir build, where you would basically have Build-A-Bear Workshop and have like 40 CDR at 12 minutes.
Build-A-Bear Workshop. That's kind of funny.
That's become my favorite one to say, especially for what's his name, for Ornn. when like you're in lane and you're just building whatever item you feel like fits best at the time.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, level leads are just pretty insane. There's only a level lead in the mid lane for the Vladimir, but I mean, I feel like everywhere else is just the lead is kind of insurmountable right now. Almost 10,000 gold, 26 minutes into the game. I guess our next course of action would be to like maybe look for a pick in the jungle or try just to force another 5v5, which they can absolutely do. They're just much stronger as a team right now.
So, yeah, I think at this point, like, you can look to just shove in any wave. You can have the Sylas down bot. I don't think the Malphite can really match the Sylas at this point anymore. Don't know what that chain vest is going into. I think Damage Prodigy is straight up just looking at anything in the shop and saying, yeah, that looks cool, and just building whatever he feels like at this point, just because his team is that much farther ahead.
OMG, a heavy chain shirt. Let me have that. OMG, a black book. I need that.
I just don't know what this chain vest is going into. Like,
I mean, I guess he's scared of the Ezreal, maybe?
You could... technically, you can go Guardian Angel because his passive has a total AD modifier. But the AP modifier is just higher anyway.
I don't think Sylas's passive works like that. I think it's only towards ultimate abilities, not towards, like, stats.
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, you can't purchase AD items on Sylas. Right?
What? His passive has an AD scaling on it.
For ultimates, like when you steal an ultimate, the AD modifier gets converted.
No,
to
I know.
Power.
I'm saying.
Damage Prodigy actually gets hooked in. We'll just dash over the wall. Joko Lyoko goes for the Malphite ult. No one will land though. Multi-man. A multi-man Vladimir ult will land, but it doesn't matter. Vladimir drops immediately. Will not get any healing off. Damage Prodigy goes in. Shutdown goes over to Olaf. Joko Lyoko runs into 4 people and decides to end. Bayraga is still extremely healthy. Free firing in the backline. That's actually not too bad if you're a Washington LeagueBall team. You do force them off of Baron, you get a kill in return. Bleeding health bars on the side of MonkaOmegaPepegaPoggers.
Yeah, it doesn't feel bad for sure. Okay, so he sold his chain vest.
For Seekers.
I guess the chain vest must have been like an accident buy.
Maybe. I think Seekers is definitely a better buy. There we go. Good job.
I'm saying though, like his passive on the spin attack on the auto after a spell, it's 130% AD. So that's what I'm saying. I don't care about the ultimate. I'm just saying on the passive.
Oh, okay. I got you.
It has. That's why I was like, I guess you can build a.
It's still really troll though.
It really is. Troll. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, yeah. So, Regidice is also level 15 right now. He is tied at the second highest level with his top and mid laner in the Sylas and the Victor. So definitely keeping ahead with that, gotta stay as far ahead. I think the Cleaver is very interesting, to say the least.
Regidice going aggressive onto Wisher in this case. Top Dog 930 gets hooked in by Blue Chez. Luluwalt will get procced pretty much immediately. True Shot Barrage comes through, that's a lot of damage onto the Xayah. However, we'll stay healthy with the Lulu ultimate coming in. Actually, never mind. A lot of damage is coming through from Ezreal right now with the Mystic shots over the wall. Victor Gravity Field will be put in for a bit of zone control, but it doesn't matter. Vladimir is in the front of the fight right now. A single man Malphite ult lands. 1,000 gold shutdown over to Brandon Wind and Wisher Washington. Another shutdown goes over. 700 gold this time onto the Xayah. That is kind of catastrophic if you're MonkaOmegaPepegaPoggers. Red team gets the dragon. 3 dragons on the board on Soul Point right now. They are banking on this Vladimir solo carrying this game.
So, I think there's 2 ways that this can go. I hope that Null Magic Mantle on Bayraga is going towards a, what do you call it? A
QSS probably.
I just pray that it's going.
Another hook lands onto Orion. Will probably go down here. The locket is pogged, but Wisher is now on a killing spree. Picks up another kill. Vladimir is absolutely insane right now. Colma lives with 1 HP after flashing away from the Victor laser. Actually, never mind. Equivalent snipes him over the edge of the wall. So 1-for-1 in the extended fight. Not too sure why they continued chasing, but, you know, it is what it is. Wisher all of a sudden 5-2-1 on the scoreboard, has 3.6k gold to spend. That's a League Ball or Baron. You can't do Baron against Washington League Ball team, and Washington League Ball team can't do Baron. They're bound to throw.
Off of those shutdowns, by the way, Brandon is now up to 4 items. He is very scary. But it, you know, the Baron going over is, it might be doomed at this point. I know I said it was doomed like 5 minutes ago, and then it looks slightly less doomed. The only hope is that League Ball can survive for the next 3.5 minutes, play around Brandon, and hopefully he 1v9s instead of getting polymorphed at the beginning of the fight as soon as he goes in. Because that absolutely killed him off the last time we saw him, or that a fight like that break out, where it wasn't a weird pick. Yes, okay, it is going Death Dance. That feels pretty good here for Baraga.
All right.
I think the Trinity is a little weird.
Actually, I don't mind the Trinity Force. And hear me out when I say this. Apart from Rek'Sai, who is the only person that can potentially jump on you.
Yeah.
And you can easily arcane shift away from the knockup, right? So
it's like,
I don't really see like a situation where Iceborne Gauntlet would be better. Trinity Force gives a lot more burst than Iceborne Gauntlet, even though you are lacking on the tank stats, which I think Death Stance makes up for pretty much perfectly. Like, I don't think, like, as Silas, it's hard to get in onto the Ezreal. For Rek'Sai, it's hard to get in on top of Ezreal. I think the Trinity Force buy is absolutely fine. I like it.
I mean, I just have always had a preference for how obscene and how just helpful the Iceborne build is.
He goes in immediately, actually. Will Equivalent get one shot here? No, the Luluwell pops, but he nearly dies through that. Left with literally 100 HP. 300
He would have been one shot without the Luluwell.
He literally would have gotten one shot without the Luluwell. Wow, that's actually so much damage coming down from the Vladimir. However, 2 inhibs down. They're going to continue the pressure on towards the bot tower here. Blue Chess looking for a hook. Lands onto a minion. Not really matter too much here. Regidine's looking for the game-ending play, actually. This Rek'Sai decides that, hey, you know what? But screw my team. I'm just going to go for the end right here. GA will get popped right now. The Nexus Tower falls. Another inhib goes. 3 inhibs down. Will Regidine's go down in this case? Yes, Vladimir picks up the kill with the Ignite.
So, in the end, you take that sacrifice of Regidice. You have gotten the 11th tower now. The 3rd inhib did respawn, so you're not going to get the double supers spawning in every lane. But with a minute left up on the dragon timer, you're feeling really good about this. If you are Mop, your Stylist has just finished his 3rd item, so he's got some survivability. Equivalent opted into he has a Sheen as well as the Needless. I normally don't like Lich Bane on Victor. I think it's fine here as well, just because of the way that League Ball plays. They play very like in your face and having to run at you. So I think it's fine for this item here. What are the odds, you think, by the way, that Regidice is going for Wit's End here? What are the odds like this is a Wit's End instead of...
I feel like Wit's End is a bit beaten by Boris when he can easily go Death's Dance and, like, pretty much have the same effect, plus, like, multiple, like, insane amounts of healing and tankiness. I also think not finishing the Lich, like, not opting to finish one item on the Victor instead of, like, kind of having components for multiple items and not having Merc Treads is also kind of beaten by Boris. He's just kind of getting popped by Victor, but I mean, Lulu is doing a great job of keeping him safe with the ultimate and the locket. Talked about how well Orion has been playing in all of the games, and you know,
on items. I think after he finishes Death Dance, I think because of the way Wisher opting into Rylai's, I think Bayraga could actually go for a Leandries here, and it would be very helpful for him. Wisher's going for the 1v3.
Multi-man alt lands, but the exhaust is popped. Will pop the stopwatch in this case. Joko Lyoko goes in. Shutdown goes in onto Wisher. The Vladimir's dead. The rest of the team will fall shortly. He's literally all of their entire team right now. Bayraga is in the middle of 4 people. Arcane shifts the wrong way. Colma25 will also drop shortly, a 4-0, and that should be the game-ending play for MonkaOmegaPepegaPoggers. With the exhaust coming through from Orion, really clutch play on that one. Blocks all of Vladimir's damage. Immediately coming out of the stasis, gets one shot. And that's just the game. That's literally just the game. What is this fucking client bug, dude? Okay. Well, nothing much to be said there, other than well played from Monka. Wonder who wants an interview. Let's see, actually.
That looked very... Honestly, that mid-game didn't look as out of LeagueBall's control as the numbers suggested. I have to say that.
It really didn't. I mean, they had a small chance for a comeback with the Vladimir, few good fights back-to-back, but... with getting the next Baron and just playing it slow, not letting Vladimir doing their win cons... not letting Vladimir play to his win con. They do end up picking up the win, and it looks like our resident jungler, Regidice, does want the interview, so I will move him into this call. Red G.
What's up?
What is up, my man? Things looked a little dicey once Vladimir won some fights back-to-back, but you all came in with the win. Monstrous performance on the Rek'Sai. Monstrous performance from pretty much everyone on your guys' team. How do you feel? Still undefeated, 6-0.
Dude, I feel great, dude. Dude, at the end of the game, when if you think back to the last team fight, just around when Ezreal fell down, like when he died, I was like, let's fucking go. I was like at the top of my lungs. That felt great. I love that game. Honestly, that game was so intense. Like early game, I was like, how am I gonna carry this? Because their draft, their pick bands was actually was pretty solid.
It was.
Cause of Noah, this guy was like, no worries, guys. They're top 3 team. I'll do the draft. I'm like messaging him like, no, where are you? And then another Regidice draft, another one. Yeah, that was insane. Noah, he still came through with the insane team draft. Our teammates are still pretty insane. I don't know. I made some plays top. We scaled, had some good macro, and yeah, that was pretty much out of it. We won. We're still 6-0, flawless. Let's go, baby.
Were you ever sweating when Vladimir won some fights, solo won some fights back to back, and towards the end of the game?
Dude, in my head, when we overextended Dragon, and then Vlad got my 1K shutdown, and he got someone else's 600 goal shutdown, I think.
700 goal shutdown, yeah.
Dude, in my head, I was like, it's over, no, because of their Vlad, because we got early in him, and then their Vlad was level 14, 15, was actually one up on our mid laner equivalent Ben. And then he got just 1,700 gold, or if you do them, 1,700 gold. And I was like, no way we can come back from this. They have such a good comp. This is gonna be really hard. And then I don't know, we made it. We did it.
Yeah, you guys did end up getting an uncontested Baron, and then I think with the played it slow and steady to get the dub in the game. I think in the last fight, Orion had a really clutch exhaust on the Vladimir, which prevented a lot of burst damage coming out. What are your thoughts? What does it feel like playing with her? She's literally one of the only people in this tournament that actually prefers the enchanters over the engage tank supports.
Dude, I don't mind it at all. Our top laner, sadly, they because of their good pick ban, they took away the Malphite. He's pretty solid at engaging. I'll be playing I can engage as well. I can go with Lulu ulti there. So it's fine that she can play enchanters. But yeah, her exhaust is really insane. Without that exhaust, I think I honestly can't say if we would have won that fight or not. But yeah, without her, I mean, these games would be different. She's definitely making her mark on these victories. She's making a difference.
That's what we like to hear. Well, you are 6-0 on the scoreboard. I'm just gonna quickly check the VCU LCS schedule. So next week, you guys play Rams of Love and 2D Sim Squad. What do you feel? How do you feel going into next week?
Dude, honestly, it's really nice to be the only team without a defeat. I was looking at the scoreboards. Rams of Love, right, is like 5-1, and they're supposed to be like top 3 as well. And so since we're like technically at the top now, 6-0, like we're only like the other team, the other top 2, like up of the top 3, they have losses now. So like, I feel confident. I think we can win this all, dude. This is it. Like this is like it's only up from here.
It's only up from here. It's only up from here, but you never know. The upset wins might come through. Are you worried about any particular team left that you have to play?
Just Rams of Love, really. I think most of these games will just be draft, because I'm confident in how well I can play these games, like macro wise, like the early game, and I'm confident in my team being able to like follow up on like my calls, or like being able to like position properly to where I am on the map, and like say like I recall like all careful for like say David, the main challenger jungler on the Rams of Love, like he's on this side of the map, and you probably won't, like confident that they won't die to him, and like all that things all pile up into like a potentially close match. But I think my team will like pull through, and we should sweep this tourney. Let's go. That's it. I said it here. We're gonna sweep the tourney.
So that's some big words coming out from Reggie. Best of luck in your quest to sweep the tourney. I think that will be it for the interview. Congrats on the victory. Congrats on staying undefeated going into week 4. Cherish, do you have any thoughts? Any questions for Regidice?
No, I've got nothing.
You got nothing. All right. And I think with that, we're going to end the stream here. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll see you guys whenever the next games get scheduled. Peace out. Oh, and VOD should be up later tonight.
All right, peace, guys. Have a good night.